The clock struck midnight. Rain hammered against the windows of the old, dusty bookstore. Myra stood there, trembling. Her heart pounded in her chest. She knew she shouldn't be there, but he was waiting. Myra never believed in fate, but everything changed one rainy night. She had taken refuge in the only open shop, a bookstore that looked like it belonged to another century. The air smelled of old paper and secrets. "Can I help you?" a deep voice asked from the shadows. Startled, she turned. There, partially hidden behind a wall of books, stood a man with dark, piercing eyes. His face was half-lit, casting shadows that danced like ghosts. His presence sent a shiver down her spine. But it wasn't fear. It was something else. "I'm just looking around," she stammered. At midnight. He raised an eyebrow, his lips curving into a smirk. "Not many come here at this hour." His name was Adrian. He was mysterious, charming, and always seemed to appear out of nowhere. Myra couldn't stop thinking about him. Every night, her mind wandered back to that strange encounter. Why did he linger in the dark? What secrets was he hiding? Myra needed to find out, even if it meant risking her heart. Myra started visiting the bookstore every evening. Adrian would always be there, either reading or rearranging shelves. They spoke in fragments, exchanging secrets like stolen whispers. Myra felt alive when she was with him. She had never met anyone so magnetic, so dangerous. One night, she couldn't hold back her curiosity any longer. "Who are you really?" she asked, leaning in close. "Why do you live in shadows?" Adrian's eyes darkened. "Some truths," he whispered, "are better left hidden." He turned away, but Myra saw a flicker of pain in his gaze. Something was tormenting him. She felt it in her bones. A love blossomed in the darkness. But shadows have a way of hiding dangerous secrets. Weeks turned into months, and their connection deepened. Myra was falling for him, even if she didn't fully understand why. She knew it was reckless. She knew it was dangerous. But she couldn't stop herself. Adrian's touch felt like electricity, his words like poetry. Yet, every time she tried to get close, he pulled away. One evening, as they sat by the flickering light of a candle, Myra tried again. "I want to know you, Adrian. The real you," she said softly. His jaw tightened. "If you knew me, you would run." Myra's heart ached at his words. "Let me decide that," she insisted. The truth was a shadow looming between them. But what would happen when the light finally revealed it? One night, everything changed. Myra had stayed late, waiting for Adrian, but he never came. The bookstore felt eerily quiet. The air seemed colder. As she turned to leave, she noticed a letter slipped beneath the door. It was written in Adrian's familiar, elegant handwriting. "Meet me at the old clock tower at midnight. If you truly want to know the truth." What secret was Adrian hiding? And why did he finally choose to reveal it now? Myra's heart raced as she made her way through the rain-soaked streets. The clock tower loomed ahead, its dark silhouette a beacon of mystery. She climbed the spiral staircase, her breaths coming in short, anxious bursts. When she reached the top, Adrian was there, his back to her. The city lights cast a halo around him, but he was surrounded by darkness. He turned, his eyes filled with sorrow. "I tried to keep you away," he said. But I couldn't. Tell me, Myra urged. I deserve to know. Adrian took a deep breath. I am not who you think I am. I am not even alive. Myra's eyes widened. What do you mean? He stepped closer, his form flickering like a dying flame. I am a shadow, Myra. A remnant of someone who once lived. Bound to this place, I only exist at night. That is why I can never leave the bookstore, and why I can never truly be with you. Her heart shattered. Could she love someone who was only a shadow of a man? Tears welled up in Myra's eyes, but she refused to back down. I don't care, she whispered. I love you, Adrian. Shadow or not. Adrian looked at her, torn between hope and despair. If you stay with me, you will be trapped in darkness. You deserve the light, Myra. But Myra was resolute. I don't need the light if it means losing you. In the end, love knows no boundaries. But can it survive when one lover is bound to the shadows? For the first time, Adrian smiled a true, genuine smile. He reached for her hand, and for a moment, it felt warm. But as the first rays of dawn touched the city, his form began to fade. Goodbye, my love, he whispered. I will always be with you, in the shadows. Myra stood there, alone, as the sun rose. The city came alive, but all she could feel was emptiness. Adrian was gone. The shadows had claimed him once more. But as she turned to leave, she noticed a soft whisper in her ear, a familiar voice. I will always be with you, it said. And in the faint morning light. She saw his shadow next to hers, a silent promise that their love would endure, even if it had to remain hidden in the darkness.